What's up, guys? EDA here, and we're going to be reviewing the England versus Slovenia game, a game which England have been preparing for since their last game, a game that had the nation's attention, and one where we saw a very, very similar performance that we've seen in the last three group games. And I'm going to go into it as we go through our review of the game, and we'll briefly cover some of the other games that happened today. But firstly, guys, I'm bored. I'm bored of watching England. They bore me, and I love football. I love defensive styles of football. I love attacking styles of football. I love football. I look forward to these major competitions, and this isn't inspiring confidence. And you can see it in the nation. The players are staying united. They're staying strong. They're staying connected, which is understandable. But it's not working, guys. It's really, really not working. And I'm sure I'm not alone when I say I'm bored. There's multiple ways that have been suggested in fixing it. I don't think there's one solution. I think there's potentially multiple solutions. I'll go through what I think, but you're not impressed. England need to be doing better, much, much better. And again, I don't think it's need to panic to an extent or like it's all over, but levels need to be turned up a lot, and Gareth needs to find what lineup will work, get the best out of his players. Because when you're looking at a team and the roles that certain players will fit into, you isolate your 3, 4 best players and you put them in the best possible positions to succeed, and everyone else filters around them. And I don't think he's done that. And also, you look at combinations of this player is going to work well with this player because of the different ways they play and how the profiles marry together. Again, I don't think you've seen that. You've got an inverted winger in Bukayo Saka who loves to come inside, loves to find options, loves to link up the play with the 10, and you've got a fullback in Kyle Walker who's not the most progressive, is not going to overlap to the extent that he used to do in the past. He's a defensive fullback. That's where his specialties lie. You're not getting the best out of Saka. Foden, who loves to operate in those in-between spaces in the centre of the pitch. He's out on the left having to come back inside. Jude, who's almost playing like a second striker, moving in a 10 position, and it's not working to the level that you would think it would. And so I'll give my suggestions on team. We'll review the game very quickly. Not much to talk about. There was no goals, and the game almost passed England by to an extent. Slovenia were happy to keep doing what they were doing, the draw, qualify to the next stage of the group, and keep it pushing. And that's exactly what they did. So we'll look through again, England were in control of large parts of the game. There were spells in the first half where Slovenia looked like the more dominant team. But in the second half, with some of the changes that were made, Conor Gallagher coming off for Kobe Mainoo, some of the other changes that were made, Palmer for Saka, gave England more control. And again, that they should have controlled from start to finish anyway. It was good to see 74% possession, expected goals under 1, 0.87, no real threat on the goal at all. Or Black chilling. He was chilling. 12 shots, but only one of those was resulted in a big chance. And it's not a game that you're going to get excited about. It's not a game that you're going to get gassed about. You're going to look at that kind of performance and say, you should have done more. You should have scored. You should have won. And they should have. And that's not a knock on any of these teams, because coming into this competition, I said you have to respect each and every one of these teams. But you've got to respect yourself as well. And you've got the Bundesliga top goal scorer. You've got the La Liga player of the year. You've got the League Player of the Year. You've got Bukayo Saka, who was a tremendous Premier League and in the Champions League as well. You've got Cole Palmer, who was amazing. You've got Anthony Gordon, who had a great Premier League season. Kobe Mainoo, Wharton, Declan Rice. The quality is there. There's no doubt about it. You need to do better. And I'm not going to harp on that point too much, but yeah, big look at the events in the game. Gabriel got booked really early for a poor challenge. He needs to do better. I know he's playing out of position, his natural position, but there needs to be changes. And you can see the amount of things that happened in the first half. Not a lot, a couple of yellow cards, a couple of half opportunities. You had the disallowed goal from Saka because Foden was offside. But inspiring much confidence. Mainly coming on was a big change. It gave a lot of stability in that midfield. Like Conor Gallagher, I just don't think he's what that midfield needs right now. Declan Rice is in his position in England, a ball-winning midfielder, dare to anchor the midfield to a degree. You've got Jude, who I really have a discussion about. I was of the opinion that you put him in his best position, which I think is in an attacking midfield position, false nine, whatever you want to call it. But I don't think he's a traditional number 10. That might just be me, but I just don't think he's advanced or long or through balls show me of someone who's a like clear and out and out 10. He's obviously got an all round complete game, but I think England are crying out for a creator in the centre of the park, and there's a couple of people who they've got in the squad who would be fit for purpose. A couple of other changes in the game. Again, I mentioned Cole Palmer for Saka. Pressed, knowing the English media, they'll wax lyrical about it and go on a tangent. I think Palmer has credence to start with the season he had. They don't really need to think about partnerships. They don't need to think about individual players. They need to think about partnerships and combinations. And Trent coming on for Trippier was good to see. Kyle Walker moved out to left back. And Anthony Gordon came on for Phil Foden at the end of the game. But again, guys, it wasn't an exciting game. I'm not going to keep you here longer than you need to be. But we're going to talk about specifically the areas where they can improve going forward. This is not me saying that they should do this, but England don't play out the back. There's no variation in how they play up. It's normally hoofed by Pickford and they go from there. And it may not be a problem in the group games, but holding onto the ball and having control of the ball and control of the game is going to be key. And I'd like to see them do that a little bit more, not to the extent of the teams like Man City, Arsenal, etc., but a bit more control over the game. I had this question for a long time coming into this competition. Does could need to play every game at right back when you've got someone like Trent there? I don't think so. I think you either drop Kyle for these smaller games when you're not playing as the level of competition or the wingers who will cause you a threat, or you move him to left back, which Trippier's not, to me personally, he's not shining at left back. I don't think he's doing a great job at left back. Not he's doing like, I'm overly impressed by that display. Kyle at left back, Trent at right back, keep the same pairing. In terms of the midfield, Gallagher, it didn't work in terms of opposition and what was required from that midfield pairing. Declan Rice, I think, obviously a stalwart in that midfield. I would go many different combinations, but I can't have Jude in the 10 anymore with these last two performances. I just can't. I would like to see Rice, Bellingham / Mainu. The front four would be Saka, Foden, and Gordon, or choose between Foden and Palmer in the 10. If you want to drop Saka, again, I have no real issue with that. I think he brings an element of being able to interlink and being able to take players one-on-one. I know I've seen it. Foden isn't as adept at doing that. Neither is Palmer. I feel that they will flourish in the 10, being able to interchange with the likes of, being able to link up with the likes of Saka. There's another controversial one. What do we do with Harry Kane? Again, I am of the opinion that no one is untouchable. I think we've got a player who in the Premier League got 18 goals and however many assists. He was, assist leader or the number one in assists. He can link up, he can play, he can do great things. I'm not saying drop Harry Kane because he's an amazing player, he's a great goal scorer, but got quality in a lot of positions. Let them play, let them thrive, let them get some game time. And that was probably what this game was for. And Southgate went for his tried and trusted team, but knock it, England are through to the next round. There needs to be questions on how they can get better, how they can perform better, and hopefully we'll see that soon. Just going to take a look at the groups, specifically group. Obviously, we've seen the results from their game. So they top the table with 5 points. Denmark with 3, Slovenia with 3, and Serbia with 2. You also have the group which we had earlier. So Austria go through as group winners, which is a great achievement for them. And Ralph Rangnick, didn't look like that was going to be the case, but they gave Netherlands more than they could handle, and that's a question mark on the Netherlands and how they perform. France were knocked down to second in the group as well, which isn't what they expected, but that's how the group played out. And I'll give you hats off to Austria, who are even missing David Alaba as well. So big congratulations to them. England progress as well. They will see who they're going to be facing. Denmark's next opponents will be Germany. And yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe for more football content. Hopefully we get better football next time from England. And I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.